Only you can be responsible for the content you put into your written works. This is what makes you unique and your written works exclusive to you alone. But what about its presentation? You can't judge a book by its cover, right? Well, actually, most people do just that, and this is why so much time is spent putting an attractive cover on even your 10-page document. Fortunately, MS Word makes this super easy and fast. We start by looking at the script file I prepared for this video's production. I have the template to show the slide number, image, and narrator text. With the document open on the screen, I navigate to the Insert ribbon. On the far left bar, select Cover Page. Scroll through the list and select one of the ready-made images for the one you want. You pick one and it is applied to the top of your document. It automatically sets the section break settings to make the cover page without a page number applied. It is also taken out of the series for continuous numbering. Throughout this series, I will be using a habitat analysis document to set the example. I open a Word document I prepared in 2013 with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to analyze Pacific lamprey habitat in Asotin Creek, located in Asotin County, Washington. You can see the PDF version of this document by accessing the resource-analysis.com website, navigating to the Resource Analysis heading and the Habitat Analysis subheading. You know you have found the right place when you see the lamprey smile photograph. In this section, you will find the PDF so you can see the image settings applied through MS Word. Generally, in a professional document, you will have a cover page, a title page, followed by your table of contents, list of figures, list of tables, list of equations, and even your acronyms used. These are all numbered as III. When your content actually begins, that is where the page numbering restarts from 1, 2, 3. Within this document, you can see how settings are placed in a footer with opposing page numbers on the left and right side pages. This is set in the Insert ribbon at the Header and Footer settings. Select Header and Footer settings separately. Experiment with the settings and apply them to the document as you wish. The only way to really get comfortable with these settings is to experiment with them. Try it out, find out which settings you want, and then make them part of your document. You will see tables inserted into this document. One of the soon-to-come videos in this series tells more about how to create tables with headings made part of your style sheet settings. Their pagination is super important to follow in your document, so make sure to keep watching these videos to learn really how to make it happen. In this document, I made all the analysis images in Esri ArcGIS, then exported them as PNG files. The PNG files are inserted into Word in the figure headings created as a style sheet. They are all arranged with landscape orientation. The pages match the images. That is one of those section break settings to make it different from the portrait orientation you find in the Layout ribbon. All of these figures were introduced and discussed in the document with figure number references for the reader. A few of the largest tables are inserted in this section as well. Again, they were all referenced in the main document first. The last content is the Works Cited section, in this case in the APA format. The last page of the document has a statement of this effect and an example citation for readers to use when they cite this document. Now we step into MS Word to look at the settings of this document. As we scroll through it, you will see the title page, cover page, and some blanked out headings for the table of contents, list of figures, list of tables, and acronyms used. These are all part of the document, but I have removed them for this demonstration. I want you to look at the page number seen on the Lists section. It shows page III. This is where I want you to become familiar with the paragraph icon seen in the Home ribbon. Click this little icon and the non-printing characters will appear on your screen. These do not print and it confuses the pagination of your document while it is turned on. You quickly see some of the characters added to the text, making it difficult to read. I use these settings when formatting my documents, not generally when composing them. When we get to the bottom of the page, with the abstract, page number is 4. That is because the page numbering setting which continued the numbering from the list pages, where they were I, II, and III. Page 4 is the next one in order, so it was used. Look through the document to see horizontal lines for section break and page break. Page numbering can be restarted at the section break next page, but not section break continuous. One last look at the bottom of page III shows its page number. Place your cursor on the page with abstract selected. Navigate to the Insert ribbon, then to the Header and Footer tab. Click the page number icon and select Format Page Numbers setting. This is where you set the number format and whether to continue from previous page or start at 1. You select OK, and it is applied. So, Sydney, you had a question about what's happening with your ability to put page numbering into your term report number 1. Are you still with me on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Sydney said she would share her Mac screen with the whole class, and I'll kind of do a walkthrough on the page numbering, because you know what, when I saw that, Sydney, it's not just you. Seriously, every semester, this is a big old deal. It's kind of shown on the videos. It's how to do the page numbering just right. And the big trip around on that is you want the III to appear on your cover page, title page, table of contents, list of figures. Okay, that's for the term report number 1. That's the kind of stuff I'd expect you to have. But then, as you go to your content, I want it to be numbered 1, 2, 3, all the way through your literature cited at the end. Okay, so okay, we got a couple of things have to happen there. You have to have the page numbering appear, and the second is you have to have the numbering appear right. And when you do this, your list of figures, your table of contents, they're going to be perfect on the spot. They're going to give exactly the page numbers you show. So with that, Sydney, I would say if you want to share your screen, I'd say put it up. Yeah, there it is, folks. Okay, now, a couple of little tidbits. I see it all really clear now. You're doing great on that. You see that you have the home ribbon open. That's super good. And I want you to turn on that paragraph returns icon. Okay, it's right in the center lower. Yeah, you got it. Okay, so yeah, she's using the paragraph returns. Got the cover page. Love it. Title page. This is looking good, Sydney. Okay, now stop right there. I want you to go up just a little bit. You have a page break put in. Yeah, I see that. That's perfect. Exactly what I want to see on that one. Okay, now go ahead and scroll into the contents. Good. I see the style sheets engaged. That's great. Now, right there is where I want you to stop. Go up just a little bit more. Yeah, I see you have a page break. Okay, that means your page numbering is going to be consistent. If it was 1, 2, 3 up above, it's going to be 4, 5, 6 down below. This is where you put a section break next page. Okay, so put your cursor right on that word page break. I want you to hit backspace to delete it. Just one, right now. Take your cursor down to the introduction line, right on, yeah, not selecting anything, right in it. Great, now I want you to come up here to the layout ribbon. Right up on top, you got home, insert, draw, layout, there you go. Now, breaks, you see that breaks pull down right below the word? Yeah, hit that down arrow, and this is the fun part now. When she clicks that, none of us get to see it in class, because it's part of that hidden text, I guess, but Zoom doesn't grab it, except what you're going to see is 2 sets of entries. The upper portion is going to give you that lead in of page break, okay, and then down below is section break. And the first one under section break, it's a double line thing showing, is section break next page. Go ahead and whack that one in. Yeah, look at that, folks. You see the section break next page happened there. And that means that you can have one type of numbering down below and a different type of numbering up above. Okay, this is the first step in. So go ahead and put your cursor down below the word introduction. Okay, you're on introduction now. Yeah, go to the paragraph below. Just put it in there, right? Okay, now, with that said, your cursor sitting on this portion of the document is super important, because that tells Microsoft Word where to give the commands to. Okay, with that, I want you to hit up, cursor sitting there, no problem, go to the insert ribbon. Yeah, to the far right-hand side, you should have your header and footer. It's a Macintosh, so I got to remember how to speak Macintoshies here. But yeah, pull down the header and footer icon. You've got your page number. Pull that header down, the chevron. And here, she has another one pop up, but you should have a little icon or applet appear. At the top, you get the selection pull down for III, 1, 2, 3, capital I1. Okay, do you see that in there, Sydney?
So what I see is page number, format page number, remove page numbers.
Okay, go with the format page number.
Okay.
Okay, and there it popped onto the screen. Fantastic. That is the page numbering. You have the 1, 2, 3 selected. That's perfect for this lower section. But I want you to come down there where it says start at and give it a 1.
Okay.
All right, now slap OK. Great, now she has 1, 2, 3s from here on down, as long as she doesn't have another section break next page. So you have page breaks. Hey, that's super fine. It's going to treat you well. Now go up above to where your table of contents was. Okay, now put your cursor above list of figures, for instance. Yeah, now repeat the process. Go up to insert, come over to your header and footer, chevron, page number, chevron. Okay, go through the same series. Yeah, this is it. Page number now. Pull down that applet to give me III. Yeah, that's how you make that page numbering up above that's different from the down below. And here, yeah, started it, and it's going to kind of trip you a little bit, but hit the up arrow. Yeah, and it's got an I. Perfect. You've got it. Say okay. Now here's the fun part to super confirm that you did that part of it right. Give an update to your table of contents. I see your pages 3, 3, 5, 5, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now do an update to it. You click on it with the Mac. Yeah, pull down the upper icon, update table of contents. I always do the lower button too. Update the entire table. Say okay. Boom, just like that. You got 1, 2. Okay, the page numbering changed. I love it. Do the same thing for your list of figures. This one's a little bit different because you don't have that pull down icon for you. Instead, on this selection, what I want you to do is, gosh, on the Windows, I would right click. I got to remember how to do that. That you just got it, the update field. How did you signal that one up, Sydney?
Just like use 2 fingers on the right side of your like mouse pad thing.
Okay, I say left click, you're going to 2-finger it. Okay, it's a 2-finger it, you update it, and look at that, she did it.
So are the page numbers supposed to appear down here now?
Well, you got a lot of variability you can do on that. Oftentimes when we're doing it like this for the in-class assignment or even for the live class, holy cow, always put them at the lower right-hand side.
Okay, so how do you get them to show up here? I think is where I'm confused too.
Yeah, not a problem. Now go back to your insert ribbon, you're on it, your header and footer, just like you were before. Go down to the footer pull down this time. Okay, now it disappeared again. Do you get options showing you for where the page number may appear?
I get options on the different types of footer. So there's one that says like type here. And then maybe.
Do you see one showing lower? Oh, okay, I see it right now. It's on the lower left-hand corner. You know what? That's perfect. You got it. And now scroll down to the introduction portion. Right now you got a closed header and footer up above. You can see that up here. Yeah. Now you can scroll down and I want to see what your page number looks like down below. Page 1. Look at that. You totally nailed it. And I'm looking at the calendar or the clock here saying, we did that in 3 minutes, right? You got it. You had to tell it to be III, and 1, 2, 3. Section break, next page. Never forget that one. But then tell it to restart at 1. Now, the last trip in that sometimes tackles folks is when you get to your works cited at the very end. Have you already inserted the rascal in? Yeah, you did. Okay, now what kind of a section break above this one did you use?
Just a
page break. That's perfect. Sydney, you nailed it. You thought you didn't get it, but you were so super close, like everybody else in the room right now. You're going to be able to nail those and walk them through. And now, Cindy, since you opened up the whole show here to your report, which by the way is looking great, I'm going to ask you, do you have any questions that I'm sure everybody else in class has still right now?
I think that was the only question that I had.
Okay.
I can't speak for other people, but that was the only one I had.
No. That you don't have to think for other folks. That's my oblivious job. Come on, I'm supposed to second guess everybody, right? No, I see what you do. It's absolutely fine. You're going to save this rascal, and everybody knows that you have to submit your docx file into Canvas for me to score. And literally, folks, what I do is I pull that to my local machine. I don't score them in Canvas, right? When you see it in Canvas, things aren't just aren't looking super right. But Sydney, if you don't mind, I just saw something on your figure 1 that I want to take a look at with you.
Let's see, on my list of figures?
No, right there in your figure 1 that appears right there. It's because right above figure 1, what I see is a page break. And my first reaction to that is to say, you don't have to do that. The settings that I gave you for the figures will be automatically assigning that section break, or I'm sorry, a page break right above when needed. But what I want you to do is put your cursor on figure 1 line up in the label area. And folks, what I see right there, I am so happy about, because I see the figure 1, I see the label for it, and then a citation at the end. Yes. Okay, so that's super good. Just put your word on the flood basalt. Okay, I don't want to select it. I just want it in that set. All right. Now you're on the home ribbon. I want you to pull over your style sheets applet. Yeah. Styles pane, right-hand side on the Mac, it appears. For everybody in the Windows, right, it appears at the top of the screen. It's always sitting there. It's like a Band-Aid that won't come off. But as I go down below, I see your figure 1, heading 7. That's great. She's done that heading 7 entry. Perfect, good. I want you to edit that style. So if she comes down, she selects it and finds the modify style. Perfect. Right there, pull a little to the left. Yeah, this is the same kind of thing you see in Windows, right? It's a heading 7. You don't change that. It's a reserved title. She has the font, the size, great. I want to go to the lower left-hand side of the format. Pull down that icon. Go down to paragraph. Not numbering, but paragraph. Okay, right there, we got the 2 sides. So you got the indents and spacing, and then the line and page breaks. And in this case, you have it turned on. Keep with next. You did it. That's absolutely perfect for saying that there will never be a page break between my label and the figure down below. Super good. And Sydney, what that tells me, you didn't need that page break before it. You already had it. You did it just to be safe. I know you're like me. You're a worrier, aren't you, Sydney?
That top line on my format for the figure, it didn't show up for whatever reason when it was up higher. So okay. I just threw a page break in there so it showed up. But
Okay, I got you. Yeah. So by the way, folks, whether you're Mac or Windows, this is exactly the setting you need to go through. Just make sure it always says, I'm going to keep myself with the next line down, which is going to be your figure. Go ahead and say, okay, make it go away. Yeah. Now do one more super good thing for me. Yeah, turn off your style sheets. That's actually, no, leave it on. Leave it on. Go down to the figure down below. Just put your cursor, no, up on that style up above. Yeah, just put your cursor on the line with the figure without selecting the image. You got your flood basalt showing up there. I just want the cursor on that line. See the paragraph return down below to the right of the image? Mm-hmm. Put your cursor right there.
Okay.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. Okay, now what I want to make sure is that this is normal. I see it up on your styles. You clicked on normal. Now I know it is. Yeah, it's right there, because if it wasn't normal, what happens to folks is a lot of folks will select both the label and the figure itself and say that's figure 7. What happens immediately? You'll see this happen. I think a few folks, I see some nodding heads in the room right now, is to say, yeah, that happened to me, that figure showed up in the list of figures. You don't want that. You want it to be normal, just like Sydney did right here. A superpower. You did it.
Awesome. I thought of another question if we have time.
Do it. I know everybody's full force on these right now. So talk to me.
So I know in the example term report, when I clicked on figure 1, when he had it labeled or referred to it in his text, yes, it took you to that figure.
Yes.
And I wasn't sure how to do that. When I have it on my list of figures, I can do it, but not when it's in my text.
That's a super great question. I do want to take time for that. So the place to do it is before you show the figure. You got to introduce it. You got to talk about what it is, why you have that figure there at all. So fine, yeah, and I see the word figure 1 right in the middle of your text. Okay, but you just typed that in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and by the way, that's super good. If you can't figure it out the other way, you do it this way. But right now, go ahead and select the word figure 1 and delete it. Leave the parenthetic holders for it. Okay, super. Your cursor is sitting right there, and this is where you're going to be able to insert the superpower hit again. I want you to go up to the ribbon layer and choose references. Try the, where Zero says insert table of figures. To the right is a double applet or a double I to the right. Those two little boxes, what's that? Click it. There it is. Yes. Okay. This is the reference item. It says, I want numbered items. That's good. And paragraph number. Yes. Insert as a hyperlink. Yes. And right there, I see you figure 1, 2, 3. You got figure 1 selected. Click insert. Close. Go back up and you found it. Now hover over that. Boom. You just jump to it like magic, right? This is the power of Microsoft Word. When you did that, you're going to do it for every figure you insert. Put that little parenthetic hit. And by the way, folks, you do not need to say, see the figure below. Just parenthetically put figure 1. Bam, you're on it. Do it for figure 2, figure 3, and every time it's going to treat you right. The beauty of this is, folks, when you combine these report sections into one core document, right? You got 5 of these rascals together. They got to make number 6. You're going to copy and paste one document to the next, and it's going to renumber them every time. You're going to check it. Of course, there's always a trip up along the way, but this figure 1, 2, 3, it's always going to be, because in the final core document, it's going to be 1, 2, 3 as well. But then term report number 2, climate section, which we are opening today, you're going to have figures 1, 2, and 3 there. When you combine them, it's going to say, okay, I'm figure 1, but when I landed here, there was already a 1, 2, 3. So I got to become number 4. It automatically changes just like that. 5, 6, 7, all the way through. I mean, seriously, folks, you've seen it in the videos that I put up for this. I have reports that are 300, 400 pages long. I've got some of those with somewhere around, golly, 120 figures. Well, what kind of maniacy is that? Well, yeah, I did it. And Microsoft Word worked for it every time. I did not have to spend an entire lifetime making those numbers and figures match. Now, Sydney, you just did it great. By the way, when you have your numbered heading 8 put up for your tables, which you're going to have in term report number 2, you're going to see the same kind of thing appear because it's a numbered item. If you do that automatic numbering in the modifies of your style sheet setting, it's going to treat you so well. So Sydney, you did it. And by the way, did you save it lately?
Not since we started talking, but yeah.
Yeah, get in there, save your files, folks, and I'll just blurt it out a couple of times. Okay, again, is to say that when I do these documents, I got a lot of time invested in it. And when that document crashes, oh my golly, horrible things happen. The sky turns its color, everything else, the end of the world is here. I've got to redo it all, right? Well, no. Change your file name, like me, every day. Because I already called Sydney a worrier, and I recognize it only because I am too. That's totally where I get this from. That worry that says, man, if I lose all this, I don't have the time to redo it again. So I change the file name every day. I do it by, at the very end, I leave the core name, term report 1, for instance, but then I end it with a year, month, day indicator. No periods, no slashes, just like today, I would enter 2022-01-31. Great. Now, tomorrow it's going to be 0201, just to keep it in order so that they always sort that way. I can grab the most recent document knowing that's exactly where I left off. Don't have enough space for that? Yeah, okay. At the end of this, delete the old ones. Keep 1 or 2 at the end. Super good for you. Save your time. Have respect for yourself. Sydney, do you have any other questions on this show? I bet you do.
I actually don't. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I see one other thing. If I can pick on you a little bit, Sydney, I see your citation for lesson ND. What did I say about ND in the document mechanics videos?
I've watched them so many times, but I seriously cannot remember. I'm sorry.
It stands for no date.
No date, yeah.
Yeah, now I don't want to see any of those. But the workaround is super fast. What I want you to do is, can you open that citation you made? Yeah, pull the downward facing chevron, edit source. Not that one, edit source. There you go. Now it pulls it up, and right away I see it's a website, super good. And you went to the website and you say, oh my golly, there's no year there. How do I cite that? It's super good. Cite the year you harvested those data off of the site.
Okay, so I put the
know,
year accessed down here.
and Microsoft Word should have realized that that was the year to use for the citation time. Go ahead and double it up, put year up above as well. So I mentioned that on the University of Idaho geology section. They absolutely do it every time. They don't give any year. They don't give any authors. And that's where you had to come up there and say, hey, I got to give the corporate author. Now here you had CD lesson, so you're fine on the actual author itself. And this little question that was just asked to say, okay, we're going to make your change in your documents database. Okay, that is the database on your computer, not just this file. Makes the change. Now she has it for time immemorial. It'll always be there bothering her. And that's super fast workaround, right? And by the way, folks, if you get in there and you have an ND for the author name, oh, that's even worse. Because everything you find, even at the University of Idaho, where we found a lot of documents, a lot of images that you could use on this geology section, well, people didn't find the name. So put it in as a corporate author, University of Idaho. Boom, you just got it. University of Idaho 2022. I know exactly when I see it that that's exactly where you got the data. It's the place that they don't cite anything for copyrights. Okay, it's still copyrighted, just you now had the right fit for it. In this video series, we explore how to apply the style sheets within your documents as you give it structure. You have seen in video 1 about the usefulness of this structure, and in this video, how to set page numbers and to create a cover page. Next up, we will explore how to manage and apply style sheets within your documents. Yeah, we are doing it now. This is where you make it happen.